Hi, and welcome to the Internet Marketing Unknown Secrets of SEO podcast, where we do websites.
Wow. Hey, I can't top that.
My name is Chris Burris, owner of eWebStyle.
And I am Paul Hansen, sales manager of eWebStyle.
Thank you guys for joining another fun-filled edition of the most popular SEO podcast on iTunes. We really appreciate you guys making us the most popular SEO podcast on iTunes. Here at eWebStyle, we do three things. This is not the podcast, but at eWebStyle, we do three things. We make great websites. We put those websites on the first page of Google, and then we help you to convert the people who come to money.
Yes.
Cash. And then I think we punch you in the face.
Yo, I'll do that all day.
That's how we treat our clients here, because that's just...
And you'll beg for more.
This is just going wrong. Now our clients are begging to be punched in the face. Somebody's going to walk in our door one day and going to go, "Can you just punch me in the face?" And
I'm going to do it.
We'll oblige them, and then they'll leave, and we'll get sued.
That's what's up.
That's what's up. All right, a little bit about what we did last time. For you guys who did not check in, shame on you. The last podcast we had the internationally known superstar, the SEO rapper, Chuck.
Mo Serious. Man, we had a hilarious comment from Darren.
Yeah. Oh, I've got that written down here.
Darren was like, "It's like Chuck D had a son."
Yep. Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah. Well, we'll get right to it. Here it is. This is from Darren Bowie. What a great podcast with Mo Serious. He is almost like the son of Chuck D that went into web design and SEO rather than dissident rap. He makes geeks look cool.
I like that line. I thought that was cool too.
Which brings me to the tip from our last podcast. We're trying to incorporate a tip from each podcast. The tip is become a rapper. It's cool.
There you go. Just rap.
I'm sorry it's not related to SEO. Hopefully you guys... I mean, come on. Go watch the last podcast and you'll know what I'm talking about.
I tell you what, if you rap like social media marketing to one of your clients, oh, they'll love you all day. Or rap design coding. That's my favorite one. Rap that to your client. Like, what is SEO? Well, sit back. Let me put this music on. And
you need to do like that Southwestern Airlines. All right, I need your help. I need you to stomp and clap. Stomp and clap. And get it going. Yeah, it was a great podcast. Remember that the SEO rapper gave us the audio for his latest rap, which is social media marketing. It is already up on our blog. You can find it. In fact, it's the first entry on our blog right now. And our blog you can find at e-webstyle.com/info tech info. Or you can just go to the homepage, and somewhere on there's a link to the blog, either on the top or the bottom.
Upper right-hand side.
Apparently it's on the upper right-hand side. I'm always on it. I know it like the back of my hand. Ooh, what's that?
Yeah. Oh, it's the back of my hand.
A little bit of news. Toshiba chooses Android for the Folio tablet. And I just kind of jotted this down because last Sunday I had the opportunity to spend a little bit of quality time with an iPad. And it was quality.
I played with one about 2 days ago, and I was like, wow.
Wow, yeah.
Right. It's still a rich man's toy.
It is.
But it's still very cool.
It's a very nice rich man's toy.
I want one now.
Yeah, exactly.
I wouldn't kind of for it. Now I'm like, yeah, I want one.
We weren't like saying, oh, we won't get one. We were like, why would anyone buy one? That's just a waste of time.
That's just what
Who wants an iPhone that's this big, blah, blah, blah? Yeah,
Me.
I'd take one.
Me.
Yeah. Although I am thinking, because I'm happy with our Android phones. I know you've got an Android phone. An Android tablet.
You know what? I'll buy an Android tablet as long as they don't charge me $50 for internet.
Oh,
or whatever, because you have to pay for internet with the
iPhone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Or you can share it with your phone, but now I realize my phone costs $30 to share it with. I got the Evo, and anyway, the stupid bad Sprint. $30? Like I don't think I pay that for my internet, which is super fast at home all the time. I don't know, it's just retarded. Hey, you'll appreciate this. 2 years of Chrome. And, and what browser do you use now?
Chrome. I am all up on Chrome. I am, man. Me and Chrome are boys now. We're like, bam. I don't even use Firefox.
He's probably punched Chrome in the face. That's how tight they are.
We're that cool. Yeah, we fight. Yeah.
They have 7.5% of the browser market right now, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you
considering that it was probably 99% Internet Explorer.
Yep. and the fact that when you get a new computer, the default is Internet Explorer, et cetera, et cetera. So it's amazing that even Firefox, I don't know what percentage they are, but what they have is pretty amazing because of the fact that so many computers come directly with Internet Explorer.
And Chrome, I can say we both use the Google Chrome, Chrome SEO for Chrome extension. If you don't use it, check it out. It is phenomenal. If you're in internet marketing and SEO, it's a great tool.
And I think in some of our conversations with Charles after Chuck Most Serious, after the podcast last time, he mentioned a couple tools that we'll be looking at.
Yes.
Yeah, he mentioned some nice ones. But it's pretty cool. Chrome, I read a little bit about when Chrome came out, they had like 2 specific goals. It must kick ass on JavaScript speed, which it did and does, and it also must take up very little real estate. So, when you're looking at a web page, most of the screen should be the web page, not the file and the to and the address bar and then the tools and then all of that stuff. So they've done an amazing job of doing that. There was a little bit of bizarre news. I'm not even go there today. The lady died in the chimney. And we're gonna go.
Heard about that.
Did you? How did you hear about that?
I read it. I saw a headline somewhere, and I was like, what I said was like, woman found in chimney, and I was like, ooh.
Yeah, they found her like 2 days later. She was stalking a man trying to get in. She tried some sort of shovel. Then she went, feet first down a chimney. And apparently, in the way I read, I just breezed through the article. Apparently, like, he snuck out another way, and then, I don't know, like, she was there for 2 days.
Wow.
Yeah, bizarre.
I shouldn't laugh at that.
This, we're not laughing at it. We're thinking of something else and laughing at the same time. We're discussing the lady stuck at the gym.
Oh, wow.
All right, so kind of gives you kind of Christmas Willie heebie-jeebies, right? All right, you'll love this one too because I know what a complainer you are about lack of standards with power, like cell phone power. The fact that you got to buy a new, 5 new power chargers every time you get a new cell phone. They have a wireless power standard, and that's the inductive charger. When you just set something on it, you don't actually have to plug it in. So they're coming out with a standard because, it makes sense. What's the use of having one of those if you have to have, one for your phone, one for your iPad, one for,
Just one for everything.
Just one for everything. So you put anything that has an inductive charger on it, boom, it charges. That's kind of cool.
That is very cool.
And then I already gave the tip. So, and I don't think, was there anything else with that? Hey, Darren, thank you for giving us a Facebook link on how to do that. I played around with it in WordPress. Frankly, I didn't have enough time to get all the kinks ironed out, and it didn't really work very well in our blog. So it is something that we need to add to our website, which, by the way, we're working on, and we have some plans
to really little secret something.
Yeah, a little secret something to get that knocked out pretty quickly. So, whatever.
That I thought was very cool. Thanks for that, Darren.
Oh, and
we're gonna put that up there.
Darren, by the way, he started off by saying, "I've been quietly watching the podcast. No matter what, he can never make it on time." And what he meant was he's been quietly watching him after we start or later in the day. And today I actually saw him. He's actually online. So hey, Darren,
what's up, Darren?
That's what's up.
That's what's up.
All right, so
hang on before we go. I want to answer a listener question.
Oh, great.
This is from Dean Calhoun, who submitted a request a while back. Oh, snap, Darren, I got that thing for you. I'll email it to you in a second.
And Darren, we're still waiting on the challenge, right?
Yeah.
I know you mentioned that you haven't forgotten about it. We're still waiting for it.
And
I also thought of if you want, everything you do, we really appreciate. I don't think there's any kind of graphics for the social media marketing wrap that Most Serious is coming out with. So if you want to do that.
And thanks for the email. Man, this is like a podcast for Darren. Because he hooked me up. I asked him a question about some video, something, and he gave me some good ideas. I haven't looked at it, Darren, but thanks.
Cool.
Okay, real quick, we got an email from Dean Calhoun at Affagility Solutions and affagility.com, AFFYGILITY.com. He asked, hey guys.
We've mentioned them before, right?
Yes, he submitted for a while back. He submitted for a analysis. What's up? Still listening and enjoying the podcast. And yes, it is the best SEO podcast on iTunes. I did not make that up.
That is what's up.
He wrote that. Here's a question for you. As you know, Affagility Solutions is involved in a very niche market, and from our traffic reports, the traffic falls off significantly on the weekends. Yes, I understand that the amount of people that work weekends is limited, but it is something that I should be concerned about. But is this something I should be concerned about, and should I make efforts to increase traffic on the weekends? Keep up the good work. Best regards, Dean Calhoun. Great question. And I know the reason I wanted to bring this up is because I know a lot of people have this exact same concerns. Now, Dean, I can't address yours here directly. I'm going to have to really think about this because you are in a niche market. But I just want to kind of address this in general, because I know there's a lot of people out there that are thinking, how can I get more traffic on the weekends? People do go home, and they don't spend as much time at work, 8 hours directly
or when they're at home, they're doing totally different stuff. It's an all Facebook weekend, or an all, not Twitter, but they're looking up some different things. Whereas when they're at work, they're actually banking, researching things that
somebody
do on the weekend.
AC, doing this, doing that. Okay, yeah. But it's a great question, and I had a couple of things that just popped into mind. And remember, Dean, this is just in general, not necessarily for Affagility. And the first thing that popped into my head was, think about offering some sort of promotion on the weekends. I used to work at a bar and a restaurant, and in that industry is dead Monday, Tuesday nights. And so they would always offer specials on, 2-for-1 lobster on Monday. I'm not saying offer that.
Is that a drink or a food?
It was food.
Oh, okay. Because I've never had a lobster.
2-for-1. Oh, shot lobster drink. So that's the first thing that comes into mind. Think about, offering some sort of promotion to bring more traffic. What do we do to bring more traffic? Here's a free website analysis. Maybe throw in a little something, sweeten the pot a little bit. Now, and this is just in general for anyone who's looking to give more traffic. Maybe have a discount on the weekends, or maybe have some sort of promotion to get people there. There was something else that I absolutely can't. I had some great stuff.
What I liked is the very last end of the line, which is should I make efforts to increase traffic on weekends? And in general, you should always make efforts to increase traffic.
Okay, yeah.
I don't care if it's weekends, weekdays, whatever. If you can think of a way to do it on weekends. My kind of guess would be that there's a reason the traffic goes down for your particular website over the weekend, and it's because just people shut off that part of their brain, if you will, for the weekend. So I don't think it's that important. Yeah, offer promotions, but offer promotions. Those are going to help you during the week.
Yeah.
They'll probably, if you lift everything up, have you helped on the weekend? Of course you have.
Yes.
But probably anything you do for the weekends is going to help your during the week traffic as well. So yeah, you want to be working on traffic, and do you want to be overly concerned about it? I don't think so.
Yeah, I for the most part, I pretty much agree. And boost traffic, period.
And if you were like a bar, and like you got all traffic Monday through Wednesday, and nothing on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, then you might want to start figuring out, okay, where are people going? This is actually good to do anyway. Where do people spend time? You can do a quick little analysis with Google Analytics of where do they spend time when they visit your website on the weekday, and where do they spend time when they, you can just narrow the range, and where are they spending time during the weekend? And you might learn something from it. I mean, there's no, okay, everyone should do X on weekends, but you could probably learn something from that information that might answer some of your questions.
Yeah. And also to add on to that, what I think would do well for a company like yours, for Affagility, I would be more, if you didn't have good traffic during the week, I would be very concerned, because with your kind of market, Dean, it's they're at work, they're searching for this kind of stuff. But what I would focus on is how to maximize my traffic Monday through Friday. What times are people coming to my website, and how to give them the best user experience while they're there Monday through Friday. If they come more at 12, if all your traffic comes at 12 o'clock, what can we do to take advantage of that traffic that comes at that hour?
That's a great point. More important than worrying about what's happening on the weekends. Figure out where they are on their website. Do you have the right calls to action, and are people taking advantage of those calls to action? And if they're not, move them around on the website. Maybe maybe your phone number is not in a prominent enough spot, or it's prominent enough but blended in, or whatever it is. Look at how are they interacting with your website.
Yes,
that would be much better spent time.
I agree. I completely agree.
Trying to frankly struggle to get some sort of weekend traffic up. So
another thing that I just want to that he had in his email that I just wanted to mention. I thought this was awesome. He has his name, Dean Calhoun, president and CEO. Then he has his business address, and Affagility Solutions LLC is hyperlinked to his website. And I'm like, wow, way to get people back to your website. And then on here is his email, fax, mobile, as a button to his LinkedIn profile. And I'm like, social media. There you go, Dean. That's what's up, man. That's very cool.
Dean, have you been listening to our podcast? Wow.
Possibly
That's
so.
Awesome.
I mean, he's giving me ways to get, from his email back to his website to his social media.
Easily.
Yeah, easily. Don't make me search for it. He gave it to me right there. And when Dean, when you emailed, I knew I'd recognize the company, but I was like, man, I can't remember exactly what they did. I clicked that link. I went right there. And that's just a testament, Dean. That was awesome. I did exactly what you wanted me to do. I went right to your website from that email. So to everybody out there, take a lesson from Dean Calhoun. It was awesome.
I think Dean deserves a good punch in the face.
There you go, Dean. And some backlink. There you go. And you get some backlink love. We're gonna hook you up. Affagilitysolutions.com. AFFYGILITY.com. They provide environmental and health services.
Cool.
Environmental health insert, whatever. Something like EH&S.
Thank you, Dean, for hitting us up. That's right. We hit them. They hit us up. I got it. Speaking of that, you guys can send us an email. You send an email to podcast@e-webstyle.com. You can follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/ewebstyle. Facebook.com/ewebstyle. The video of this podcast is broadcast live at 9:15 Central Standard Time on Fridays, and you can find us by going to e-webstyle.com/Ustream. That's the letter U and stream. And let us not forget our YouTube page, e-webstyle.com/U, the Y-O-U, tube. And that'll automatically forward you to the YouTube page. So, stalk us.
Yes.
That's what we're looking for. More stalkers. Now, I highlighted everything, and I think we stopped at like 7 or 8. Do you remember?
I don't remember, but I do remember what we're gonna do, y'all. We're gonna pick up from where the podcast before Chuck,
which would be podcast number 72.
Okay. We talked about we did a little PPC and having a successful PPC campaign. What things should you possibly do? What things should you look at? Bringing someone from the outside. What should you hire a professional
to do?
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I remember that, and the rest of it.
Because the title of the article is "How to Start a Successful Pay-Per-Click Campaign," and we said, well, let's augment that and say, okay, what aspects of these things should you actually get an expert to do? And so far, we've got define a budget. Well, you can use an expert to help you. I mean, you got to define a budget from within your company, but you've got to use an expert to kind of help define how much should you be spending, more than 10, less than 10,000, whatever it is. As we went through the list, I think all of them required an expert. Let's start at 5. 5.
I like 5.
Okay. Use separate keywords for different ads if there are multiple keywords related to the pay-per-click management project. This will ensure higher clicks and higher conversion rates as well. This is absolutely true.
Yeah, it is true. And here's what an SEO or an internet marketing professional is going to tell you: you don't mix more than one keyword in one ad. And we're gonna take that from PPC and do it over to SEO. You want one keyword per page. Now, I have put more than one keyword on one page. Like I think I put just yesterday, I put mover and moving company on the same page. I felt like I could kind of get away with it. They're doing the same, possibly the same, kind of the same thing. So I felt like I could get away with that. Other than that, I wouldn't really stretch it. I'd really try to focus on one keyword per PPC ad, one keyword per.
And there's an advantage. So the question is, should you hire an expert for this process?
Yeah. Well, you want an expert to tell you exactly what we just said.
Also, there's an advantage to using an SEO company. One of the things that Google has that's very important in their and they used to not have it, but they now have it in their pay-per-click campaigns, is relevancy. So the target website from your pay-per-click ad, the relevancy that website has for the keywords that you're bidding on can actually decrease the price that you're bidding on.
Yes.
So a good SEO'd web page can actually cost less to get pay-per-clicks for. So, if you haven't optimized it for, you just use the example of Mover. If you haven't optimized it for Mover, and it's related. Maybe it's storage or whatever, portable on-demand storage or something, and it is related to moving, and your target, you want traffic from movers, but the website isn't optimized for movers. You're going to pay more per click for that. So having a good SEO company, there's a value in that your actual campaign will be more effective. You'll get more clicks at a lower cost. So I'd say expert. They need an expert on that one.
I'd say you definitely need somebody to kind of guide you through that and to show you how to make your page good enough so that Google where you get a good you get a good score for that page.
Right.
So you don't have to pay.
And we haven't even mentioned SEO.
Oh yeah.
No, once you get there, you got to make sure that your search engine visitor optimization, that you've got good calls to action, etc.
Yeah.
So, all of those are part of a good, comprehensive, quality pay-per-click campaign. All right, what do we got next?
Create an attention-grabbing headline for your campaign. I'm reading this and I'm like, duh.
Well, there's two things to this, right? So it needs to grab attention. Potentially in the headline, you want to have keywords. Mm-hmm. Definitely in the ad, you want to have, and when I say keywords, I mean the keywords that they typed in and now they're seeing. So they're like, okay, I type in mover. Hey, there's the word mover. So clearly they do what I'm thinking. Mm-hmm. And then they get to the web page. What do they need to see? Mover.
Yes.
Otherwise, you get a bounce. So this continuity in a program. And yes, attention grabbing. If you can. The word free is starting to kind of people
overused.
Yeah. So, but you can have quality service, or a lot of people are focused on, hey, you know what, my movers, they just got to be good and not break anything. Mm-hmm. So maybe there's some phrases that you can use on we don't break shit.
Yeah. I'll hire you because you said you don't break shit.
Really, we just double dog promise.
Next, creative, attractive ad copies. Create attractive ad I can read sometimes.
Only when it's copy and it's attractive. And apparently this is not attractive, so it's not slipping off the tongue. Very similar, right?
You want to have good words, and again, you want. I'm telling you, you don't want to just take your money and throw it on the wall with PPC. You want to have somebody kind of guide you through this. Good ad copy, good web copy. And Chuck brought this up in our last podcast. If they're searching for moving services in San Antonio, we have a client that does that. And they click on your ad, make sure it goes to a correct landing page.
Yep.
Make sure that whatever you talked about in your ad is on that page. It's not always the best idea to bring them to your homepage, depending on how you're setting this up.
Not often, it's not.
Yeah, you might want to bring them to the page where they can, if I'm searching for blue one-arm widgets, make sure I get right to that blue one-arm widget page, and it has all the copy that I need to buy that blue one-arm widget right then and there. Yep. And if it's, if you're e-commerce, make sure I can buy that sucker, bang,
immediately.
Whew, yes.
And he got so excited on that, he knocked out number 8 too.
Oh, I did.
All right. Well, that brings us to 9, which we thought we might not even mention, but I'll throw it in there. Never fool a visitor, and that really has to do with that's extreme, okay? If you sell puppies, don't be advertising under movers.
Yeah, right? There you go. Don't be a douche.
And don't be a douche.
That's just douche-alicious.
But, we are really talking about take it to the next level where if they're looking for movers, they need to find mover information. It can't be storage information, which is somewhat related. It's got to be mover information. It's got to be very targeted. Next one is optimize pay-per-click campaign regularly.
I think, if you can do this on your own, you are an internet marketing company.
Yeah. Yeah.
Seriously. Because things like your click-through ratio, those are things that are extremely important. If I get 100 impressions of my ad, and 10 people click on my ad, I have a 10% click-through ratio, which is
good.
Retarded.
Yeah. Retarded good.
Yeah. That's extreme,
and we have checked. Retarded is actually a politically correct word. They use it in the school system, so no emails. Complain about the school system, not us.
Not us.
Yeah.
Things like
but I think some star got slammed for using the word retarded. I think it was like Jennifer Aniston.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, she's not us. We can get away with that.
I don't know how that works. I don't know how we get away with anything that she doesn't. But
I just made that up, actually. But yeah, you want to optimize your PPC campaign. And, everything I'm saying is going back to SEO. You want to optimize the SEO. There's a lot of metrics you need to watch out for. Don't take your money and throw it. I'm very big on a click-through ratio.
Don't take your money and throw it at the wall and see if it sticks.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, don't just take your money and throw it. We're full of, I'm going to use, that's our tip for this podcast. Don't take your money and throw it.
There you go. There's a few important metrics you really want to watch, and you want to be able to your click-through ratio, to me right now, is the most obvious. You want to get that as high as possible, and that's in your ad. You got to have attractive ad copy right there. And there was something else I just can't think about. But yes.
Well, here's the question, right? Optimize your PPC campaign regularly. Need a professional?
Yes.
Let me tell you why you should use us. If you're just using the regular tools that you have when you're doing pay-per-click, do you have the ability to know which clicks from your pay-per-click actually translated into an actual phone call?
Yes. Oh.
Probably you do not. Our technical partner enables us to actually know when they click a pay-per-click ad and then pick up the phone and dial, that we know, okay, now we know that this pay-per-click click turned into a phone call. Why is that so advantageous? We kind of understand that being in the first position on pay-per-click is more expensive than the third.
Yes.
And so, a lot of the pitch that pay-per-click experts give you is, hey, you should actually be in the third position. You're paying less. You get similar visibility. You get similar click-through rates. So why pay the maximum number? But what if you understand that people who click you when you're in the top position tend to call you 20% more than people who click you when you're in the third position? All right. I'm not saying that that's true, but we can track that, right? You cannot track that with a regular pay-per-click campaign. You've got to get significantly more sophisticated. And not only that, our system is optimized, so it does not only does it track that, it adjusts bids and says, you know what, when I'm in position 2 for this industry, for whatever reason, I get more clicks, so it's worth me paying that extra 10 cents, 50 cents, buck, or whatever. And then take that to the next level. When I'm in position 1, I get 20% more phone calls. So that's worth another $3. If you know your phone is 20% more likely to ring, you're going to pay that $3. That's something you cannot do. Well, you could, but there's a lot of things that you have to put in place in order to do that with if you're handling your own pay-per-click campaign. So in general, I think you should hire an expert specifically for the things that I just outlined there. There's so much value and truly having an understanding of the analytics and the processes that are going on that we bring to the table. Give us a try. We typically take over pay-per-click campaigns. We do have a 15% handling charge, so that's on your existing budget. And people walk away ecstatic. I mean, they're happy because we actually tend to improve the value and quality of their campaign.
And he brought up what he's talking about is another metric that I should have said. It's called a click-to-call ratio, and that's something that not a lot of internet marketing companies can do. Not a lot of companies can provide you that. If how many people see my ad, how many people are calling
because they saw my ad.
I mean, and now that's a phenomenal piece of information. Our clients that are using that, absolutely, I like it.
Can I give away the next little level?
Go ahead.
The next little level is, what if you could listen to that phone call?
Oh, yeah.
Right? So now they've actually clicked your pay-per-click ad. They've gone to your website. They've actually called you. And here's an example. We've got a customer who says, we figure out his metrics for this campaign that we're running, and we figure out, wow, he's got a 50% close ratio on all these calls that are coming in. That's awesome. And we go in a meeting with him, and he's like, 50%? That's horrible.
Yeah.
We have a 75% close ratio here. And we're like, really? Okay, well, let's listen to the calls.
Yeah.
So we pull up the calls, we listen to the calls. His sales staff is going off of script, right? Sales staff has a script, do this, go A, B, whatever, yes, no. They're going off script. And when they go off script, they're not closing as much. So he has a meeting with the sales force, gets them all back on script, boom, back up to 75. What's the value of that?
Oh,
do you think the 15? Do you think that guy ever complained about the 15% handling fee?
No.
Not only was the campaign performing better anyway, but we gave him so much value in that capability. Do we use that often? No, we don't use it that often, but it's there for you. Yeah. So we got a campaign going right now. I sent an email yesterday which said, look, we're getting you calls. They're missed calls. We have a service that can do a call service for $50 a month. Get a call service started to make sure you never miss a call.
There you go.
Because somebody, when they call from the website,
they're calling somebody else if you didn't answer. They're going to the next one.
The next guy.
They're going all the way down. And one more time, there's one other thing I thought about just to optimize your ad campaigns, and it's something we just briefly I'll take, A/B testing.
Yep.
Okay, because if you're doing your own PPC ads, chances are you're writing ads. Maybe you have 5 ads for 5 keywords, but maybe you need 2 or 3 ads per keyword to figure out which ad converts the best. And a lot of people don't do that on their own because it's time consuming and they just want it to work. But we're like, yeah, it's gonna work. There's no doubt about it. We want it to work the best.
Yeah, the best. Well, and that's kind of where I threw out, free is not as powerful, because we're seeing that some ads that have the word free in them are actually not the ones that are getting the most clicks. Okay, so put together a couple ads. 24-hour service is one ad. Free service with repair is one ad. Another one is we don't break shit.
Yeah.
And which one works? Which one gets the best click-through rate? Because it's great to have impressions, whatever. What you really ultimately want to do is not spend less on pay-per-click. You actually want to spend more on pay-per-click. Yeah. You want so that it's bringing enough value to your company so that you can actually increase the spend.
Yes.
So you can increase the value to your company.
Yes, and that's great. And you can do the same thing with your pages of your website. Test out landing pages. Which one works the best? It's optimization. You want to optimize it to be as good as humanly possible.
Awesome stuff. All right, next we're probably going to have to end on this, so we'll do another podcast that wraps up this. Use more pay-per-click search engines. I don't know if you knew this. There's an engine other than Google. Did you know that? Huh? Yahoo. That's one. You may have heard of that one. And then there's the 4-letter
Bing.
Bing, yeah, the Bing, and then which is now Bing. Whoo. There are other search engines, and there's actually some value. Actually, there's significant value because they're a little less expensive. And think about a click for somebody who searched Movers San Antonio on Google probably has the same value to you as the customer or as the service provider as a click for somebody who searched Movers San Antonio on Bing or Yahoo. It's cheaper, so that's a lower click cost per click. That's a higher ROI. So keep that in mind. Now, here's the question. Should you use an expert to do that? Let's say you're comfortable with Google and you're doing pretty good on your own and you don't really need to know how many turn into phone calls because you just refuse and you haven't been punched in the face yet. Now you want to do Yahoo or you want to do Bing. Should you get an expert?
Yes, because not only is an expert going to be able to tell you, guide you, say, hey, this is your situation. He can help you. He can help your campaign just by moving you from Google to Yahoo. But if he's going to help you that way, what else is this guy going to tell you? He may know. Professionals are going to tell you the ins and outs of working with individual search engines. So yes.
And the other reason is, what do you do? If you're the business owner and you're doing this,
I'm a plumber.
Yeah.
I plumb.
What's your time?
All
your
day.
Time should be spent plumbing,
yes.
not transferring the account over to Yahoo. So
time
is a big feature.
I don't want to cut it off just yet.
Oh, okay, cool.
I want to skip to number 13.
13. All right, let's go to number 13.
And then we can cut it off.
What do we got at 13?
Hire professionals. I make this up. I just read it off the sheet of paper. And I did not write what was on this sheet of paper.
And this is for the success of a PPC campaign, hire an experienced team of dedicated professionals and campaign managers working in reputed PC advertising companies to launch and maintain PPC campaigns effectively.
Yes.
He doesn't. I mean, we've been going over all the reasons, the exact reasons why. He just says do it, and we have to agree.
Yeah. And we definitely agree. And listen, I know some people out there that are like, oh, I can't, or I won't, or die. all the things that we talk about on this podcast, they're not rocket science. You could do yourself. You're gonna learn all of this stuff. You're gonna make mistakes. That's how you learn. You want to hire. The reason we say hire a professional is because
they've already made the mistakes.
We've already made the mistakes years ago, and so you can do it, and you can probably be successful. But your time is probably more valuable spent somewhere else. So that's why we're gonna say hire a professional. Yeah, you can do it. You can. You really, really can. You probably won't do it as well as someone, or it might take you 2 years to be able to do it as well as a professional company. And so we're going to say hire us, because we can do it. We've already made the mistakes. What's up, Javier? So that's why you should hire us. Yeah. And the reason we put this podcast was for guys like you that are out there
that want to do it themselves.
That are doing it themselves. So we're giving you free info.
So here's our advice: get your business to the point where you can afford to hire somebody, right? And we know shoestringing a business is important, and then hire a professional.
Yes.
And we're available. We do websites. We put those websites on the first page of Google, either pay-per-click and or search engine optimization, and then we help you convert that traffic into business. So
yes.
Give us a call, 713-592-6724. Again, we are the most popular SEO podcast on iTunes. That is because of you. We really appreciate you guys and you guys listening. Give us feedback at podcast@e-webstyle.com. Remember to go to iTunes. We haven't had an iTunes review in a little while.
Oh, man.
Remember to go to iTunes, create an iTunes account. It's a short little process. Submit a review, and then send us a note so we know who did it, and we'll give you some link love, because everyone loves link love.
Everybody loves link love.
You have been listening to the most popular SEO podcast on iTunes.
He was listening to... Oh, I thought you said the name of the podcast. I was like,
which is Internet Marketing, Unknown Secrets of SEO Podcast. We do websites. My name is Chris Burris.
And I'm Paul Hansen.
Bye-bye for now.